How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Unveiled YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Flux. Let's first take a look at the markets right here. You can see over the last day, Flux is actually up over 7%, which is incredibly good to see considering how the market right now, if we switch over the last 7 days, you can see the market has actually taken a little bit of a tumble down right now. However, I do believe that it's going to quickly pump back up again. If we look over the last month, you can see Flux is actually down 7.5%. And if we actually take a look at the chart right here, you can see the chart for Flux has been a little bit crazy. I believe I said it in my last video, the markets for the cryptocurrency space have been incredibly volatile recently. I mean, a few weeks ago, the market, not only the cryptocurrency market, but the stock market also took quite a big crash, took quite a big tumble, basically overnight. However, then in the next sort of week, you can see here over the next week, 10 days, the market did actually recover very, very quickly, and crypto, lots of altcoins actually started to pump back up again, as seen right here from Flux. However, then after that little pump up, I guess people started to get a little bit scared again, a little bit of fear kicked in, and people started to sell off once again. However, if we look at over the last day again, it actually seems that the actual price of the markets is actually starting to come back up once again. So incredibly strange, what's happening in the market right now. It's like down, up, down, up, down, up. But I mean, I guess this could be a good time for swing traders. But for people who want to hold a cryptocurrency long term and they believe in the coin, of course this is nothing but a bump in the road. And people are gonna who believe in this coin are gonna hold on, and they're probably even gonna collect more coins, buy more coins at this incredible discount which we do currently have. I mean, if you look over the last year, you can see the incredible high run up that Flux actually did have, over $1.60 just this year alone in 2024, which nothing really happened really that much in 2024. There was a tiny little bit of a bull run. Many people called it a bull run in 2024. However, I don't believe that was a proper bull run. From what I've seen in the past, if we look back in 2021 and look at the bull run back then compared to now, if we go to all time, you can see that the bull run that we had this year in 2024 actually looks completely, irrelevant. Looks really, really small and tiny compared to the bull run we had back in 2021. You can see here, Flux was actually over, what's that, almost $3 a coin back in 2021. And yeah, many people were calling this year we had a bull run, but I really do not believe we had a bull run this year. But for Flux to even see this huge increase in price over the last year is incredibly cool to see. However, you can see that Flux did actually make a little bit of a return back down. I say a little bit, quite a big tumble back down to like around the price we are right now, around 53 cents. But even now, even at 53 cents, we are still actually up 74% over the last year, which is actually crazy to see. And like I said, if you do believe in Flux, I do believe that this is actually, in my opinion, of course, this is actually a good actual opportunity to actually buy some more Flux, get your hands on more Flux, because as we discuss further in this video, I hope by the end of it you actually see why I'm actually so incredibly bullish about Flux. See, the market cap of Flux, I believe this is incredibly undervalued, underrated for sure. $186 million on the market cap of Flux. I believe this should be way, way, way higher. I cannot stress that enough. The amount of features and no-brainers for companies to use Flux, and I just can't believe that Flux is currently sitting at this market cap. Flux, I believe, is probably one of my top cryptocurrencies that I invest in the cryptocurrency space. Just because it has so many features, and its actual main feature is already being used. It's already out there. It's not even just a goal. It's already being used by companies, and they have already set it up, and it's been running for years, running smoothly for years. And I really don't I don't understand why Flux isn't bigger right now. See, the volume over the last 24 hours is actually up over 77%, so that explains why the actual market cap has had a little bit of a pump up again as well over the last over the last day, up over 7%. The volume is actually currently sitting at just over $17.1 million. The volume to market cap ratio is sitting at a very healthy over 9%. Circulating supply 352 million Flux, with the total or max supply sitting at 440. So that is quite a good ratio again. Not going to see too many coins flooded onto the market and dilute too much of your investment if you were to invest today again. So now let's actually jump into what actually is Flux all about and why I'm so bullish on Flux. So what actually is Flux all about? So Flux's main goal is all about cloud computing. I know we've got this right here on the thing. I'll get onto that in a second. I wanted to leave this here on purpose. So Flux's main goal is all about cloud computing. So that is basically allowing companies to actually basically sort of buy sort of memory. If we scroll down here, you can see here, this gives a bit of a better understanding. They can actually buy CPU power and also buy, RAM and also hard drive space as well in the actual cloud. So this gives them, space to actually run their websites and store all their data from their websites as well on the actual Flux cloud, that is their actual main goal. That is what they've been doing from the very, very start. However, recently they've just been expanding very, very aggressively. Actually, they've just been adding new features. Every single time I come onto the website and look at Flux and take a look at how they're doing, what's going on, they seem to actually partner with a new company, seem to be doing new things. The team behind Flux is incredible. I mean, they've been going for years and years and years now, and even when Flux is not even doing that great at the moment, you see up over 7% over the last day. But if we look over the last sort of last month or 7 days, down 20%, down 4%. The market's going all over the place, and a lot of teams right now, they would have already sold Flux at the high point. They would say, let's just get out when it was at $3, even at $1.60. Let's get out now. Let's take our profits and let's move on. However, with the team of Flux, no matter how the market goes up or down, Flux's team are here to stay, and they are here just constantly every day working on Flux and coming out with new things with Flux. So yeah, like I said, this is their main goal, and why I'm so bullish about Flux's main goal to be just focusing on the main goal, apart from their whole other ecosystem with all these other features they've got, is because they, like I said earlier, they not just have a plan. They don't just have a plan of what they want to do. They've already got a fully working system that companies are already using. And why these companies are actually using Flux is because it's a simple no-brainer, guys. They are offering the same service as other big, massive companies. I mean, Flux isn't even that big of a company, and they're offering the same exact service, but for a fraction of the cost, guys. And it really does make you wonder, if Flux is able to do, provide these prices for companies at the actual size of their company right now, then why are these bigger, massive, actually not even bigger, massive, huge companies like Google Cloud charging such an extortionate amount of money? You can see Flux right here, $4.76. For the exact same service that Google Cloud is offering, and it's $176. AWS, almost $80. Azure, over $116 for the exact same service, guys. And it continues, even it gets even better discount if you add more CPUs and more RAM and more storage right here. You can see $8 compared to $300, $135, $233. And 8 cores or 8 CPUs, $15 compared to $600, $467, $247. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, guys. I mean, even if Flux was offering the same price for these services, I believe, some companies would still adopt Flux. But with Flux offering the same services for like literally when I say fraction, I mean a tiny fraction of the price. It's absolutely insane. It basically is a no-brainer for these companies to actually switch onto Flux. And like I said at the start here, they already are coming out with new features and new things which are absolutely, they're not just like these little side features, they are absolutely massive features which, are, normally take companies years and years and years, and Flux are just releasing them like nothing. I mean, Flux Edge is here, and this actually allows users to actually use GPU power on the cloud. So they're actually able to access this GPU power, which Flux have, decentralized around the world. As you can see here, decentralized marketplace for GPUs, and so you can actually tap into this decentralized marketplace and actually use someone else's GPU power out in the world. So you don't even have to have the physical GPU in your computer or whatever. You can just use someone else's to actually do what you want to do, whether this is render, work, or whatever you need this GPU power for, and then you can basically just buy it like that. And of course, with Flux being decentralized, it is incredibly cheap. I mean, I don't believe that any centralized company will be able to actually keep up with the prices of Flux. And like I said, this really does just basically mean that Flux is going to be at the top of the top, and I believe it's going to be basically the number one person or number one company to go to for all these bigger companies if they want to actually use the cloud computing or use this decentralized GPU power. I'm trying to look right now if it actually looks at the different companies which are already partnered with Flux, but I mean, it doesn't actually say right. It will say somewhere, but there is already a huge company which I'm sure you guys know. WordPress is absolutely massive company that is already actually running on Flux today. And yeah, I mean, if that doesn't say to you guys that this coin is incredibly undervalued, then I don't know what will. And of course, right now I am going to be picking up more Flux at the current discount that we have got, because I really do believe that they're, you know, I believe in this coin. I believe long term, even short term, whatever. I completely, fully believe in Flux. I believe that the price of Flux is incredibly undervalued right now, and it's going to go way higher in the future. Just from the fact that their main core right now, their main goal is already being used by these companies. More companies are adopting it every single day, and the team are here to stay, guys. They're not going anywhere. They keep adding new features and dropping new massive features which companies would make a, you know, massive show and a dance about, but Flux just drops it like it's nothing. And it's just absolutely crazy to me how Flux isn't at a higher market cap. And I'm really excited for the future ahead. I believe in the next 1 to 2 years, my personal prediction that Flux could easily 10x in the next, you know, 1 to 2 years. And I'm saying that is probably one of the minimum gains which I believe is going to happen with Flux. I believe that Flux can go way higher than that. Honestly, I believe that Flux should be a $1 to $2 billion market cap minimum, and it could easily go to like $100 billion market cap. Just from the fact that, actually, I shouldn't say easily. Of course, it's going to be difficult, of course. But I don't see why not in the future, in years to come, that the market cap of Flux is not just going to keep increasing. So I'm 100% going to be here to stay for Flux. So apart from that, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know what you think about Flux in the comment section down below. Are you going to invest? Are you already invested? And what do you think the future of Flux is actually going to be looking at? Give your own personal price prediction in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button if you are new around here. Apart from that, I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace.